In this third video of Python programming in the AI era, we'll learn when to use a tuple and when to use a list. Let's continue with our course example. Imagine this course info is fixed: the course name, credits, and term. Since it shouldn't change, we'll store it as a tuple. Tuples are immutable. Note that to define a tuple, we use parentheses, and it can have integers and strings as its elements. Here we defined a tuple named course, and once created, you cannot edit it since it is a tuple. Now, let's store the registered students in a list called students, and assume there are 5 students registered for this course. Note that to define a list, we use brackets. Lists are mutable, meaning we can edit their elements. Let's say that before the add drop deadline, Robin drops the course. To remove an element from a list, we can use the remove method. And suppose Rachel has added the course. To add an element to a list, we can use the append method. Let's now print the list of registered students. Note that Rachel's name is added as the last element in the list. When we use the append method, it adds the new element to the last index. Now, we'll store the exam grades. An important detail here is that the grades list must match the students list by position. Index 0 in the students list is David, and index 0 in the grades list must be David's grade. We can now compute the class average. To do so, we first need to calculate the sum of all elements in the grades list using sum, and then divide it by the number of students using len, which stands for length. Then, to store the top grade, we can use the max method. Now we can print both the average and the top grade. If we want to know who got the top grade, we should first store the index of the top grade using the index method. What this line of code does is get the grades list, search for the top grade value within the list, and return its index. Remember that the indices of the grades and students lists must match. So, if the top grade is at index 3 of the grades list, the top grade belongs to the student at index 3 of the students list, and we can simply print the top student's name. In the next video, we'll upgrade this example using dictionaries so we don't rely on matching indices. If you're interested in my videos, please subscribe, follow, like, and share with your friends.